This is Tanisha Fuller, CEO of Tried and True Home Care Services, and you're watching BlackMeD. I'm here today with Johnnie Staggs, LPC. May is Mental Health Month, and we'll be talking about mental health and how it affects the African American community. How are you this morning?
I'm wonderful. Thanks for asking.
So tell the viewers a little bit about yourself.
Well, I have been in private practice here with 10 other therapists about 15 years. Before that, I was a counselor at Our Lady of the Lake University, and before that, I was a counselor at St. Philip's College, and before that, I was director of one of the federally funded programs at Sanitary College. So altogether, I have about 35 years of experience.
That's a long time to do this stuff. That's a long time. Okay,
Yes.
So I mentioned LPC. What is an LPC?
Licensed professional counselor. We have to pass a state board exam. But first of all, you have to have a master's in either psychology or counseling.
Okay.
If you want to be a counselor in a high school setting, you have to actually teach 3 years.
Okay.
But you can go into private practice after doing an internship and the master's and passing state boards.
So you chose private practice. What is your practice? What do you do? What type of population do you support in your practice?
My population is specifically couples, gay and straight. I would say probably 95% of my patients are couples.
Okay.
I do see individuals, however, for depression, anxiety, workplace situations, or stress, that type of thing, but not as many as I do couples.
Okay. Let's talk about the couples that you see. With it being mental health month, with May being mental health month, and we want to talk about our African American community. Of those couples, do you see many African Americans?
Not a lot, I would say, because traditionally, culturally, African Americans don't really seek therapy.
Okay.
I think it probably has to do with a lot of our background. I don't see a lot of African American couples.
I know being an African American woman, I was even raised that what happens in our house stays in our house. So I see that that's continuing generation to generation now.
Exactly.
Yeah. I wish we would get more help because people could really benefit from counseling.
Yes, because what I do get from my African American couples, specifically males, they feel like they can solve their own problems and they don't need to seek outside help. But usually once they get into therapy, they're usually very much engaged, but it's getting here first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we won't talk anymore about African Americans because they're not seeking as much help. What are you seeing? What are some trends you're seeing with some of the couples that you're treating? What are their challenges? What is breaking relationships up these days?
The number one reason for conflicts and divorces, believe it or not, I see the major problems in any couple that I see, whether they're straight or gay, has to do with communication blocks.
Okay.
When you have zero listening and you start competing and pointing fingers and blaming and disrespecting each other, you tend to listen to someone else. And usually when you listen to someone else, you no longer listen to the person you sleep with.
Mm.
You listen to either coworkers or friends or mother, father, sister, brother, someone other than the person that you sleep with.
Okay.
That's the number one reason for conflict and divorce as I see it. The number two reason usually has to do with arguments about money and budgeting. When you're having money problems, it causes a lot of verbal conflict.
Okay.
And a lot of blame. The number three reason, as I see it in here, has to do with differences in your intimacy and sex. Then you have parenting issues,
Okay.
especially where you have blended families. Both partners bring in children, and they have different parenting styles. One would have been very lenient, and the other one would have been very stern and very structured. And so it causes conflict in those families because the kids are usually blaming each other. Why do I have to do it? And they don't have to do it, and that kind of thing. The other thing would be insecurities, jealousies, and trust issues.
Okay.
That's a big one.
Okay.
Gay or straight couples. And the last one that I see has to do with outside influences, where you listen to other people rather than listening to and trying to actually understand the person that you're with, your partner or your significant other or your spouse.
Okay. Okay. So you're treating these people and you're helping people to have healthy relationships and not continue the cycle, and so they're not affecting their children. For someone to seek the help that you're providing, how do they get in touch with you? What would a person do?
Actually, I have a website.
Okay.
And usually if you, say for example, if you're having relationship problems, if you just go to Google and key in relationships, I usually will come up.
Okay.
Because that's one of my specialties is working with relationships.
Okay.
Or you can just put in Johnnie Walker-Staggs, or you can put in anything that has to do with depression, anxiety, stress, couples. Any of those words that you put in, usually I will come up. And there'll be other therapists that come up, but you can also put in zip codes.
Okay.
And if you put in certain zip codes, I will come up.
Okay. So they'll go to your website and they can link to you from your website to get support.
Or they can go to Psychology Today,
Okay.
and I will come up with Psychology Today.
Excellent.
Or Johnnie Walker-Staggs.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other issues in the community that you see that our viewers should know in light of this being May being Mental Health Month?
Well, I would just like to encourage people, if you're having problems, communication problems, conflict issues with depression, bipolar, anxiety, stress, any of those issues, I would say go ahead and seek help, because we have a lot of workplace issues, and people come to me because they are having problems getting along with coworkers.
Okay.
And so they'll come to me to try to help work out workplace issues, and that usually has to do with bad communication skills.
Okay.
So I would just say seek therapy, and don't feel like it has any stigma on you, because it doesn't have stigma anymore.
Okay. And of course, even if someone did, their privacy, no one would know. It's between you and them, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sworn to secrecy.
Excellent, excellent.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. I know someone watching has been greatly helped by the information that you shared.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
This is Tanisha Fuller-Felix, CEO of Tried and True Home Care Services, reporting to you for BlackMeD. Remember, I connect you with the resources that will help change your health and wellness. Watch us again. Thanks for watching.